r/askreddit, have you witnessed a terrible marriage proposal? I proposed to my wife in Times Square at New Year's Eve. I was going for maximum cheesy. She was pretty emotional and took a while to believe I was serious, even though I had a ring. This being New York, strangers started shouting at her to hurry up lady, what's it gonna be? We don't have all night. That's pretty funny. At least it's a good story, right? A friend of mine tried to propose into his girlfriend in New York City, but was interrupted by a drunk homeless man. It was before he got down on his knee, so the girlfriend remained clueless, and he just did it at their apartment later that night instead. I used to work the jewelry counter at Target. Two kids, probably 13 or 14, decide that it's time to get officially engaged. They purchase a cheap cubic zirconia ring, 10K gold overlay, $9.99. The boy proudly pays in ones and a handful of change. He gets down on one knee, says he loves her forever, and puts the ring on the girl. She giggles, dad is gonna kill me. Then they run giggling into the night. I like to imagine they lived happily ever after. Mine was pretty terrible. I was so nervous that when I got down on one knee I was shaking so bad she at first thought I was having a heart attack or something. It got better from there. We are getting married in January. I was totally hammered when I did it. I needed the liquid courage. Her reply was yes, but when you sober up you better still feel the same. We've been together 10 years now and have a 2-year-old daughter. I proposed on a dinner cruise and told her I was gonna throw her overboard if she said no. The couple next to us interrupted to ask if she needed help. I was on the ferry to the Statue of Liberty a few months back, and suddenly we see a plane writing something in the sky, extremely slowly, like ridiculously slow. I know it must take a while to write something out in the sky, but it seriously took like 25 minutes for this dude to write "Marry Me Sue" in the sky. By the time he had written Sue's name, the "Marry Me" had faded from the sky. The guy who proposed to me. We were out on our front porch drinking some beers a few summers ago, and all of a sudden he breaks down and starts crying. It was so out of nowhere I thought something must be really wrong. I asked him was he was okay, and he said through sobs, I was thinking about proposing to you. That kind of threw a wet blanket over the whole magic moment. I proposed to my wife in Dublin, which is more difficult than it sounds, because it's not a romantic city. After dinner, I decided that the Halfpenny Bridge was about the best place to get the job done. Right in the middle of my proposal, I hear the unmistakable sound of a drunk guy pissing off the bridge not 10 feet behind me. Island has never let me down. Pilot here. Guy asked me to fly him, and is so over a field where 150 people had formed a heart and 2 rings. Huge show. I was really impressed. When she saw it, her response was, "Look at all those idiots." How ridiculous is that? He did not ask his question that day. I knew a guy who was at McDonald's with his girlfriend one time, and as a joke he wrapped a fry around her finger and said, "Will you marry me?" She started crying and called her mom, and started planning the wedding the next day. He hadn't meant to propose, but he didn't have the heart to tell her so he just married her. Lost touch since then, but I would be very surprised if they are still married today. Oh hey, I know one. Not terrible I guess, but awkward. I was eating dinner at an Applebee's at one of those high tables near the bar. Sitting at the bar was a couple. After a few minutes, the guy pushes his chair back and gets down on one knee. He starts to propose. Just then a waiter walks around the corner, trips over the bridegroom to be's outstretched leg and drops a tray of food. To which he said, "Shit, did I just ruin what I think I ruined?" In any case, the girl ended up saying yes. My own proposal was kinda horrible. When watching TV I casually asked her if she had ever done it with a married man. When she said no, I asked her if she wanted to and offered her the ring. My dad stuck the ring in a stick of deodorant, then told my mom she needed to use it. Small argument ensues when mom tells dad she does not need it. I proposed on the summit of a mountain that we climbed together. It was insurance against her saying no. She needed me in order to get back down. So, did they ever find the body? I was at Taco Bell with a few friends of mine, including a guy and a girl that had been dating for a few weeks. A few of us got tacos, but the girl only got a Diet Coke. So her boyfriend asks her, "Do you want hot sauce?" She says, "No, I just got a Diet Coke. What the hell would I want hot sauce for?" He says, "I dunno, but I just think it would be really good if you had some hot sauce." They argue about whether or not she needs hot sauce for a while, until finally she just says okay, whatever. He goes over and gets some, comes back with a packet, gets on one knee, hands her the package that says, "Will you marry me?" on it, and pulls out a cheap looking engagement ring out of his pocket. Keep in mind they've been dating about 3 weeks at this point, and we're in the middle of Taco Bell. She gets this look of absolute shock on her face, and then says yes. They got married a few months later. They got divorced a few months later. And that was the most humiliating trip to Taco Bell of my life. A friend of a friend proposed to his girlfriend out of a Chipotle bag. You know, because they both like Chipotle so it's meaningful. She said yes, but I think they broke it off before they actually married. Oh, high school. Yes. The way my best friend's husband proposed. They had a long distance relationship most of their relationship. He told her that when he would be visiting for Christmas leave that he had a surprise for her. She badgered him to tell her then and there, over the phone, what it was, because she hates surprises. He finally gave in and was like, I'm going to propose. She promptly called me right after to screech in my ear about how he was going to ask her to marry him. I did one. My birthday, she was taking me out to eat, and I couldn't find anywhere to hide the ring. She asked if everything was okay and I said, might as well get this out of the way. I proposed to her in our garage.